Hey, what's up? It's Gabriel here and I welcome you to Word. If you're from an African home just like me, you might have been told certain things that your parents think might affect your health or even be beneficial to your health. Well, I'm here today to fact check those stuff. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe. Don't forget to click on the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a new video. And I promise you guys that every week from now on, I'll be uploading new videos. So let's get straight into the video already. Yeah, I quite remember when I was young, my parents would always tell me to get myself Flagella anytime I have stomach upset. Well, it turns out today that Flagella is actually an antibiotic and antiprotozoal medication. Well, it's used to treat bacteria and parasites. What happens is that when most parasites get into our tummy, they actually give us stomach upset. And so our parents ask us to take Flagella to kill these parasites at the end of the day, reducing the stomach pain. So our parents might have been treating parasites without them knowing, but I am here to tell you once again that not all stomach upset needs Flagella, because Flagella is not meant to treat all stomach upset. And so you should be mindful of the type of medication you use to treat your stomach upset, because too much intake of medicine is actually bad for the system. Well, I know most of you might have not heard this before, but in some African homes, they actually take alcohol anytime they have stomach upset. It turns out that it treats the stomach pain, but as to how it does it, let me give you guys some theory. Now, our stomach produces what we call the hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid helps in digesting protein. Now, our stomach lining is also made up of protein, right? And so what happens is that when this HCl, the hydrochloric acid, is being produced, it eats up our stomach lining, and so it makes us feel that pain, that stomach ache. Now, there are some medications you might have heard before. I mean, the magnesium hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide. What it does is, when you take it, it actually reacts with this hydrochloric acid, our popular acid-base reaction to produce soap and water. Now, it's the same thing that the Martin liver salt does. That's also sodium bicarbonate. Is the same kind of reaction. Now, all they need is there should be a kind of reaction that will take away the hydrochloric acid, right? So alcohol tends out to react with acid. This kind of reaction known as the esterification. Well, I wouldn't want to enter into chemistry for that matter. All they wanted to do is just get away of the hydrochloric acid that is being produced in the stomach, and so they need to react it with alcohol. So they might not know that this is what they are doing, but at the end of the day, if it gets away with the stomach upset, why not? They just continue doing it. And so generations have been taking this up, and so all they know is that when you have stomach upset, just go for one thought and then you will be okay. And so there you have it. But I wouldn't agree that it's totally true. Just go in for the right medication if you think you're having a stomach upset. That's all I would say. But alcohol, I'm not entirely going to endorse that on this channel. Well, I feel like if you watch my videos closely, I mean from the beginning till now, you might know me better, because I am lucky to be the firstborn of my parents, and so I saw my sibling once giving birth to. Well, when my mother gave birth to them, she tied her stomach after giving birth to them. And so it struck me that why is my mother doing that? Well, today I got the answer. Well, parents actually tie their stomach after giving birth to their children because they feel like they have to reduce the size of their tummy. Let me tell you something. What happens when someone is pregnant? Now, the uterus is very small. What happens is that when babies are growing, the uterus tends to grow as well, and so it pushes other organs aside from their normal places. So what happens is that when babies are giving birth to, these organs need to shift back to where they were before. But this process takes time, and so your parents try to tie their tummy to increase the process of this happening, and so they will end up reducing their tummy. So they think that tying their tummy actually reduces here at a particular point here, but it's because the process of this happening naturally has been actually multiplied, and so there you have it. So there's this important thing as well, that whenever you have big tummy and you tie your tummy, you end up losing fat. No, it's not true. This happens to those who have not given birth to and still they want to have a flat tummy or whatever, and they end up tying their tummy. It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But then what happens is when you tie your tummy, you are trying to compress your organs, and so there you have it. You see that your organs will actually become smaller and smaller, so you think you are losing fat, but absolutely not. You are not losing fat. So tying your tummy does not make you lose fat, but tying your tummy after giving birth to a child will end up reducing the size of your tummy very faster than usual. Yeah, I can't remember my mother beat me mercilessly on this day for eating too much sugar. You know, I love sweet things. I gather around it like ants do. So the reason why she actually caned me was because she thought eating too much sugar would actually give me diabetes. Because when they go to the hospital, they tell them you have too much sugar in your system. So when they come home, they think it's the same sugar they are talking about. Well, one thing they don't know is that, you know, there's this organ in our system that actually regulates too much glucose in our system. I mean, what they know as sugar. So this organ known as pancreas will tell the system there's too much sugar, so let's keep some and use later, because there's supposed to be a very limited amount in the bloodstream. You get it? So that's what actually happens, and so the pancreas is what intervenes. So when there's a problem with the pancreas, then you tend up to have diabetes, either type 1 or type 2. I wouldn't want to talk about that very much. But then, eating too much sugar doesn't give you diabetes. That's why it's very important for those who actually have diabetes not to eat too much sugar, because your pancreas, which is supposed to regulate the sugar intake, is actually not working. But when you have a working pancreas, you can take 1 kilo of sugar, still nothing will happen to you because your pancreas is working. That doesn't mean you should also go and try this at home, because eating 1 kilogram of sugar will end up making your pancreas working much more than usual. So you just have to eat the daily amount that you are supposed to eat. And next time you see a child being beaten for eating too much sugar, you should intervene, because the mother might harm the child for nothing. Because eating too much sugar, if you don't have diabetes, has nothing to do with you having diabetes later. Our parents don't even know they are causing more harm than good to themselves when they are focusing on preventing us from eating too much sugar. You know, they take in canned drinks, they actually smoke, they take in alcohol without them knowing that in addition to the diabetes they might be having, it can give them what we call cardiovascular diseases. And so there you have. So it's not about focusing on not eating too much sugar. And one important thing is that when you have diabetes already, I mean your pancreas is not working, why would you eat too much sugar? Because your pancreas might not regulate it for like it does for a normal human being. You get it? So those are some precautions one need to take. You shouldn't take alcohol. You should check your blood pressure. You should avoid eating fats, saturated fats. You should avoid canned drinks, and then you should exercise. You know, you should reduce that your fats. If you're obese, try to reduce it, because with all this, including the diabetes, you might be having what we call cardiovascular risk. So that's why it's very important to consider what you do in your life. You know, I really love music. That's why anytime I do video, I try to put music beneath it so that you guys will have that feel of music, because I really love music. And so when I'm bathing, I really love to sing. But our parents tell us that please don't sing when you are bathing. As to the reason, I don't know. But I think they are trying to tell you not to swallow soaps, because definitely eating soap will be something harmful. That's why we use it to clean the outer part of our body. So the next time you're going to bath, for your mother not to talk or for your parents not to talk, try to actually play the music with your phone while bathing instead of singing it out loud, because it's something they think is very bad. So yeah, I think it's because they are afraid you might swallow soaps. And so yeah, there you have it. For me, I will still continue to sing, but that doesn't mean you should disobey your parents. If they ask you to stop, please just stop and then play the music instead of singing it. Play it with your phone and then listen to it. Do you know during surgeons even use sauce solutions? Well, if our parents ask us to wash our wounds with sauce solutions, does that make them surgeons? I think so. Well, in this case, what sauce solution does is that they actually help cells to regenerate faster. I mean, your skin will actually cover up the wounds that you've created. And apart from that, it is an osmotic fluid, which tends out to dry your wound very faster. Now, with that said, what they also do is that they actually ask for spirit to be poured around the wound. Now, you might have known our popular hand sanitizer. It contains alcohol. Well, what happens is that alcohol tends to actually kill bacteria. So when you have open wound, bacterial cell is an opportunity to get into the human being. So they lurk around trying to find a way inside. So when you pour spirit, which is made up of an alcohol as well, they tend out killing the bacteria that's around the wound. And so our parents are actually treating us without them knowing. So now that you know, anytime you cut yourself in the kitchen, don't wait for mama or dada. All you have to do is that make a sauce solution and pour it around the wound, and also add a spirit around it. just to kill the bacteria and also help the wound heal faster. Instead of you calling, crying, and looking for help, you can just do it yourself. So the next time your father or your mother tells you that, hey Dogbachi, you are sitting close to the television set and so you might be blind, tell them bluntly that it's a lie. No, not bluntly, because you are in an African home. You might be beaten for that. So you should find a way to say it. With that being said, what they don't actually know is that it's not about sitting close or far from the television set that actually will give you a problem to the eye, but instead watching the television for a very longer period of time without you blinking an eye, it actually causes strain on the eye. And so it's very important to consider it that whenever you're watching the television, you should watch it for a number period of hours and then leave the television set for a while. Don't think that you are sitting far from it and so I'm watching it without blinking or without leaving the television set for a while would actually not give you a problem, but instead it will rather give you a problem. So the next time Dogbachi, your mother or your father tells you to move away from the television set, tell them that it's not about sitting close to it, but instead it's about you not watching it for a very long time. And so you should blink your eyes once in a while or leave the television set once in a while. You don't know what they do. They also use their PCs at night, which is very, very dangerous for their eyes. So you can find your way to tell them nicely, because Dogbachi, if you tell them bluntly. With my little agriculture, you would agree with me that before plants grow very well, they need a very good soil, fertilizer, and whatever. Now, the question is, in our tummy, do we have these kind of things in there that will make these plants grow? No, we don't have it, right? It's no. So, in that case, why would they tell us that if you eat seed, it will end up growing in your tummy? Well, I can't remember I had to grind pepper twice because there were seeds in them. Well, I don't know how it happens, but on the contrary, when you eat seed, okay, there are some seeds that are actually poisonous, but that doesn't mean when you eat one or two, you will die, but you have to accumulate it. It means you have to eat a large number of those seeds. Apart from that, seeds can actually block what we call our appendix. Okay, there's this particular junction, sharp junction, that's actually attached to our large intestine. When seeds block up there, you know what happens is bacteria actually colonize that particular point. Okay, that will end up inflamming that area. So that's when people actually have what we call appendicitis. So there you have it. It's actually not the seed that's growing our tummy, but instead it can give us appendicitis, and eating a very large number of some particular rare seeds can actually be poisonous to our system. So next time your mother asks you to grind pepper twice because there are seeds in them, tell them, Mama, Dada, it doesn't happen that way. We don't have fertilizers or soils in our tummy that will help these seeds grow. Well, once again, you have to say it very nicely. If not, Kluchi, you might be in trouble. Finally, I've come to the end of this video. If you really enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do it to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to smash on the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a new video. And also, I have a question for you guys. So just drop it in the comment section. When was the last time you dewormed yourself? Because it's something African parents do a lot. When you're having a chronic stomach upset, they tell you, hey, when was the last time you dewormed yourself? So what happens is that when we tend to leave our parents' home, we try to forget about this tradition. So it's very important to deworm yourself. And so I'm asking once again, when was the last time you dewormed yourself? Because I can't remember when I used to deworm myself, I would be giving some toffee or banana to eat. They try to say it actually attracts this worm, and then before they realize, there you have the dewormer killing them. So just put it in the comment section, because you don't know. Worms are mostly parasites, and so when was the last time you dewormed yourself? They might be causing your stomach ache. That your chronic stomach ache. So just put it in the comment section. When was the last time? Because the question is still, when was the last time you dewormed yourself? I'm talking to you. When was the last time? And so this has been it. Also, don't forget, I did a video recently with Onyi. Okay, so I fact-checked what people actually think about medical students, doctors, or medicine in general. Once again, so I fact-checked. I'll put it here, and then you guys should check it out, because you might be having a bad conception about medicine. And then I debunked it with you. Just check it out. And this has been it. See you guys in the next one.